So welcome, obviously. You've got a lot of friends in the audience. It's good to see you. Yeah. So the name, where does it come from? Terence Trent D'Arby. Not something you've just made up, is it?
No, it's not actually. I get asked that question a lot, and it's really my real name.
Yeah.
It's a name I sort of hated when I was in school, so I can't understand why people would think I made it up now.
No, I'm not. Well, I agree. I'm not crazy about Terence myself.
Is that your full name, Terence?
Yeah, Terence.
Is it with 2 R's or one?
One.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Maybe it's not such a bad name after all. Yeah. You had a lot of different jobs before you decided to take up. You were a boxer?
Yes, I used
And
to
a good
be
boxer?
Quite good, yeah. One of the few. It was the first athletic event that I was actually good at, which is quite surprising even to me.
Yeah, but well, your features don't appear to be very marked. Did you box as a professional or an amateur?
It was the Muhammad Ali school of boxing. It was run your mouth and your legs a lot, and sort of keep your face out of the picture.
Yeah. And then you studied journalism?
Yes, I did for quite a long time.
Yeah.
And then I just sort of thought it was a useless profession, so I sort of got out of it. I still think that, by the way.
Yeah. Well, maybe your view of journalism is slightly coloured by the kind of things they write about you nowadays.
With a lot of that is with my cooperation, I must admit.
Yeah. It seems to me that you do tend to whip them up to a frenzy a little bit.
It's quite fun. It's sort of, you get bored and you figure, what can I do today? So you figure, well, I've got a good quote, you know. Why don't I just wind up the press some more? It's quite fun.
Yeah. But I mean, do you think they can have an influence on your career? I mean, is it important to have... I know when you're starting, of course it's important to have publicity. How important is it to you at this stage?
It's still important to a degree. I mean, obviously your show is important, as important as having the front cover of the Daily Mirror, for example. But it can be important. I think once you start to become quite afraid and take it too seriously, I really try to keep myself above the utter seriousness of what I do, or else it will start to become, you start to become motivated by panic as opposed to just the fun of it all, you know. And I want to be motivated by having fun. Yeah,
the thing is, of course, that works while you're being successful, and you've had an enormously successful year and a half, couple of years.
But a lot of that also has to do with the fact that by sort of cooperating with the press to the degree that we have, that also...
You mean giving them the crazy story?
Give them the ammunition to sort of strike me back with.
Yeah, there will come a stage, of course, when they'll turn on you.
They haven't done that already?
Well, I mean, it'll get, you know, what I'm saying is it's easy to maintain an optimistic outlook as long as you're being successful. But supposing, do you think you can sustain that in the event of things not working out so well?
I think the most important thing, and I hope I'm not patronizing either them or the people that accept what I do, the most important thing is for me to come up with the goods. Once I can no longer come up with the goods as an artist, as a performer, then the press per se, whoever this conglomerate of people is, starts to become far more important than need be. As long as I think I can deliver what I do and try to remain honest and with the people who support what I do, I think they act more as an intermediary as opposed to the guiding force in your life and career.
Oh, you certainly can't let them guide you, no. So tell me, we've had a little bit of your career about journalism and boxing, and I know you were in the army as well. Did you always have popular music as an object? Was that where you were always going to end up, or did you just drift into it?
I drifted. I mean, as honest as I can say, I've always wanted, even when I didn't know necessarily what I wanted, I was the sort of kid that was motivated by winning people's attention. And a lot of times one becomes reckless in that pursuit, as you know, as has been the case sometimes. But I wasn't that accepted as a child. Therefore, I think you do become motivated, if for no other reason than to stick your tongue back out at people at your high school reunion.
Why weren't you accepted as a child?
Well, because I was sort of different. I was sort of in between. Racist for some of the kids I was in between. You know, some of the guys thought I wasn't the most masculine person in the world, and some of the girls shared that opinion. And I was a weed, and I used to get kicked on a bit, you know. And you know, so, well, all right, the five could come later in the show.
Yeah, you don't want their sympathy.
But no, honestly,
not now,
that's
anyway.
what happened, and it does. A lot of the people that I look up to now, had that sort of start. So what it does actually put a lot of fuel in your tank for you to prove to everyone else that they picked on the wrong person.
Yeah. So that's what drives you. What's going to drive you further?
Um,
What are your ambitions?
The thing is, it's not hard getting people's attention. It's hard keeping people's attention.
Yeah.
Any idiot can stand up in the theater and say fire, and everyone stands up. But it's when you get past that point to maintain the attention and affection that people have shown towards you, even to some degree the not necessarily scorn, but the adverse attention as well. The motivation now is to go past the initial point and prove that as an artist that I'm trying to accomplish something, and not just as a pop star. And that's the next plateau to reach.
Oh, let's wish you every success in doing it. Terence Trent D'Arby.